is not working for you. You're taking rice water but seeing no change. Okay, rice water has not worked for you. Some people it is working for you, but it is giving you problems like stomachache, diarrhea and all that. This is another recipe here that we have that I promised you. I'm going to give you another recipe which burns fat just like rice water. Okay, this recipe has very few or little side effects. Okay, you can take it literally any day and it will work for you the way you want. So what do we need for this recipe? We need ginger. This is your ginger. Some people call it tangawizi, okay, or in tangauzi. Then these are cloves. I think you can see the cloves. You can get them anywhere. Those are your cloves. Then you need cinnamon, okay, cinnamon. Some people call cinnamon they call it cinnamon is called, what is it called? Mudarasini. Yeah, mudarasini is what we call cinnamon. So watch this video to the end and understand the way. You have to watch this video, by the way. Don't just skip it because you have seen or you have an idea. You have to know how to make this drink and what to eat. What we eat with this recipe is different from rice water. This recipe works differently, so that's why I made a video. I would have said make this. So watch to the end and understand the whole idea of what we eat, when we eat it, and how we do this recipe. Okay, of course the first step, like we always say, is washing. You have to wash this this recipe. Make sure you wash it very well. Wash the tangawizi especially, because you are avoiding things like diarrhea, avoiding such things. Without washing, you are risking. So you can wash this. I think you're seeing how dirty it is. Mainly for us in Africa here, we get these things from weird places. Yeah, so you have to wash it really well. Okay. So after washing it, I think that you don't need to wash the cinnamon. Okay, you can also wash the cinnamon. Yeah. So this recipe is going to help you if rice water has failed to work for you. I understand that our bodies are different, and these things are about trying. You never know. You can try this and it works perfectly well. Okay, perfectly well compared to rice water. Okay, which may not work for you. Okay, so what do you need? Actually, making this recipe seems a bit easier than making the rice water recipe. So that's why, but it has some do's and don'ts, a lot of them, compared to rice water. So get your knife and cut this ginger, okay, this ginger of the tangawizi, and chop it. You can use a squeezer. Some people have a squeezer at home, not the one for mopping. Use a squeezer for cutting this and chopping it very well. So after chopping it, now you need to add there this cinnamon. Actually, cinnamon, I forgot to tell you, cinnamon can also be in powder form. Even everything we have here can also be in powdered form. You can go and get cinnamon, or you can even get bay leaf. Bay leaf is the cinnamon in the leaf form. It can be in powdered form, it can be in the leaf form. Okay, yeah, you know a bay leaf. The bay leaf, you can also get it. So these are cloves. Add some cloves there. Okay, add some cloves. Don't forget, I've said you can also get cloves in powdered form. You can get tangawizi in powdered form. You can get cinnamon or mdalasini in powdered form. You can also make them in powder and make your drink and carry it with you at work, and make sure you take that drink. Yes, I'm going to explain to you very well how you're supposed to. Then get your warm water. The beauty about this, you can still boil. With the rice water, you don't boil, but with this you can boil. You can just get your warm water. Get your water and put this and boil on your stove or anything, and it will work perfectly well. Okay, but you can still get your water, which is very, very warm. In this case, it has to be very, very, in fact, hot. The best thing to say is it has to be hot. hot, as you're seeing it. This water is hot. So now what do you do next? Okay, so after getting this hot water, of course you're going to stir. Don't drink until you see this color forming. Okay, are you seeing that color? The one shooting, you can pull a bit down to show these people the color. This is the color. So form this. I wanted this color to form. Okay, yeah, so you can give it some time, but make sure you take it while still warm. So guys, what you have to know is that this recipe is a bit different, so I'm going to tell you everything in the video. So until this color forms finally, so you can see the color has formed. So right now I've rinsed it very well. So now I can tell you that finally you'll be having your recipe. But this recipe needs hot water, unlike rice water where warm water can still work for you. But this recipe needs hot water. Okay, so you can see the color. This is supposed to be the color. Rice water has the other whitish color. This one, even when you look at it, you see it is still hot or warm. Don't worry, your recipe has to look like this. This has to be the color of your recipe, unlike rice water. So after, make sure this water is, and if this water is not as hot as you want it to be, you have to add some hot water. Okay, I want to tell you the difference is this water has to be hot. That's when it makes the sense. Okay, yes, and I hope this one has no problem with people who have ulcers. You can also take this because it has no lemon. Okay, now you can even feel it to see how hot it is. I want you to know that. Now, how do you take this recipe? Because that's the most important thing. Making it may not be as hard, but how do you take it? Well, when it comes to this recipe, you have to make sure you take it. What we do is, you wake up in the morning, okay? You're not going to drink any water. You're not going to eat any food, okay? You're going to make sure you take this recipe at 6 p.m. in the evening. Could be between 6 and 6:30. Unlike rice water, you take at 9 and at 7. Sorry, at 9 in the morning and 9. No, this one you take at 6 p.m. between 6 and 6:30, or between 6 and 7 p.m. in the evening. But you have to make sure during the day you have eaten nothing. That's what I've researched, and the people whose this recipe has worked for. And how it works is you have to, it's more of a dry fast. So you do a dry fast, then take this recipe between 6 and 6:30. Okay, and from there, after taking this recipe, then okay, that means you have to break your fast with this recipe. This one does the cleansing very well. It's going to clean you very well. It will clean your guts. It will clean everything. It is going to do the cleansing very well, okay, and help you in the fat loss process. Okay, so make sure you don't eat anything during the day, and between 6 and 7, that's where you do everything. You take this recipe here, take it, okay, then you can have your meal. The beauty about this recipe is you don't have to limit yourself on which food to eat, unlike rice water where we're eating mainly proteins. Here you can eat anything that you prefer, that you'd like to eat. Okay, don't limit yourself. I'm not saying you're going to eat until you die, but you can eat anything. If you want to eat chicken, eat your chicken. Okay, if you want to eat this, if you want to eat your pork, go and eat pork. Sorry for the Muslims. Whatever you want to eat about this recipe, the beauty about it is going to work for you. So this recipe you're only doing for 6 days. 6 days, the cinnamon recipe, that's when we do it, and give it a break. Okay, after 6 days, weigh yourself and see how you have lost. The beauty about this is loses fat and cleans the body as well. Okay, I hope you have understood me. Do a dry fast, not even water. Don't take water. You're going to get used to this. Okay, you're going to get used. I think if you're starting, you can still take water. Take water if maybe, yeah. By the way, don't forget, if you feel headache, you're going to take salt. If you feel headache throughout the day, take some salt. You can even add the salt here, or you can just take salt from anywhere. But how to do with this recipe, don't eat anything. If you're starting, you can take water with salt if you feel headache. But if you're not a beginner, Don't eat anything. Take this recipe between 6 and 6:30, and then have your normal meal. Your normal meal is going to comprise of anything that you want. We're not limiting you. I hope you have gotten me. Okay, these are the rules of this recipe. If you cheat it, chances are high the results are going to be slow. Okay, yes, I hope I've answered you so much. Don't forget to subscribe, give it a like if this video has liked for you. Ask any question down there. I'll come and answer you about this recipe. I hope you have understood me. This recipe is different from rice water. This recipe is taken the way I've explained. Okay, yes, I wish you the best as you take the cinnamon recipe. Thank you.